Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, OGA Outdoors. If you're new, my name is Ben. I'm out here today, that's right, in my shop. I have to work out of my driveway. I don't really have a nice place to do any maintenance. That's what I'm doing today. I got to change the hydraulic oil and the filter on the split fire of the 2265. Hoping that's not going to be too complicated. It's time for an oil change in the Polaris Ranger. I got to do the engine oil and the filter is well knit. So the dynamic duo is getting a little maintenance. The weather's nice, so I thought I'd go ahead and get this job tackled while I can. So I'm going to try to show you some of this process, especially on the Ranger. The oil filter, that's why I've got the book out. Not necessarily the filter, but the oil plug. It's not right there where you'd think it would be, right close to the filter. There's one I always think it's the plug, but it's not. It's up underneath the engine. It's through the skid plate, and of course it doesn't take a wrench or anything. You got to have one of these little star-shaped wrench. So I pulled out all my Allen wrenches, tried about everything to figure out what it was, but I think that's it. But anyway, y'all stick around today, we'll get some of this done. I'll tell you some other things of why I don't really like doing maintenance on some of my equipment. Yeah, I'm real high tech here. I got a big piece of cardboard for a creeper. But you come in here, you can see the filter, and I always want to think that this bolt right here on the bottom of the engine there, it just makes sense to me that laid up should be the drain plug, but it's not. We got to crawl up underneath, and I'll show you where it is. It's underneath the very bottom. There's no clearance under here really, so we'll try to get this broke loose and get the oil out of it. Okay, luckily it wasn't too bad. There's a tip. I always try not to just snug up my plugs in all my vehicles, just good and snug. You don't have to over tighten them. So there you go. You see the oil draining into my pan. We're gonna try to get this filter off. Tip here on the filter is just hand tight it, snug it, so should be able to just come off with my hand. Okay. All right, there we go. No wrench required for the filter. That's one reason I like to do my own vehicles. I hate to take them anywhere and have them done. It seems like they always want to put the filters on with a wrench, and you can't get them off. You have to, sometimes if the wrench won't fit, you have to stab them with a screwdriver. And the drain plug, it's like they put it back in with an impact wrench. It's impossible almost to get those out. Those things, they don't have to be super tight. Just snug them up good. Here's the big reason I don't like doing maintenance. It's expensive. I just did a video on the cost of how much it cost me with gas and oil to do a quart of firewood. Well, here you go. Polaris oil, 2 quarts, and the little filter was $41.03. I looked around. I was trying to find something cheaper. I was going to get an off-brand, I don't know, Castrol or something in the 5W50. I was having problems finding it, and what I could find was just as expensive, so I just went with this kit. We'll give it a shot and go with it. So all we got left to do is put in the oil. And this is awkward in my funnel. I can't get it in here, so we just do the best we can. There you go. That's it. Fire it up and run it a little bit and make sure you don't have any leaks, and should be good to go. So now it's time to move on to the split fire of the 2265. We're going to change the hydraulic oil. But one more tip when you're changing the oil in the Polaris Ranger, when you take the drain plug out, make sure you find the washer that's on it. I went ahead and put the plug back in, the filter on, filled it up, and then found the washer in the burnt oil as I was disposing of it. So I guess I'll have to monitor that closely and see how long it takes it to start leaking. But we're going to move on to this thing. The book says it holds 3.3 gallons of hydraulic fluid in the filter. I found a replacement online. It was about $12. The oil was around $15. So tax and everything, I guess I'm looking at about $60 for this maintenance on this thing. Okay, so according to the manual, here's the reservoir, 3.3 gallons. Got me a 5-gallon bucket, so I should be good on that. It says just to remove this clamp. This is the lowest point, I guess, on the reservoir. what I figured. That's gonna be really nice and snug. Alrighty. You hear that vented cap? I will let that drain all the way out. And once it quits dripping, then I'll move over here and try to get the filter off. Try to make less mess as possible. So while we're waiting on the oil to drain out, this hydraulic oil, well, I don't know if y'all can see that. It's just clear as could be. I don't know expert on hydraulic oil. I know it looks like hydraulic oil. It smells like hydraulic oil. I don't see anything in the world wrong with it. But if y'all know anything more about hydraulics than I do, I mean, I guess it goes bad, but eventually, I don't see anything wrong. It's just like maintenance schedules on the cars and everything else. I think y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the maintenance schedules are too quick, too soon. I mean, I've driven a lot of Honda Accords, and I had one over, I think it went like 350,000 miles before I got rid of it. But I always go, this 3,000, 3,500 mile oil change, I've never fallen into that. That's just, in my opinion, just to make the manufacturers, the oil companies, everybody's going to try to make money. Because I usually go, 5,000, 7,000, don't have any issues with anything. But just my thoughts while I'm sitting there watching the oil drain. Y'all let me know. Leave me a comment if you totally disagree or if you agree. We'll see if it fits. Internet said it was true, so I guess it works. There we go, good and snug. It says to seat it and go 3/4 of a turn. I think that's what I did. So we've got it drained, we've got the filter back on. The book says it holds a little over 3 gallons of hydraulic fluid. You can see I got about a half a 5-gallon bucket. So that tells me that's probably 2.5 gallons. There's probably was still some in the filter. The lines have some in it. So I'm going to be having to read the dipstick a lot, so I'm just going to go ahead and start filling it back up. But I'm not going to bore y'all with watching me fill this thing up and keep pulling the dipstick out, because I'm hoping everybody knows how to read a dipstick. It is kind of complicated on these with this hydraulic fluid because it's so clear. But we'll get it fixed up, and then it'll be time for us to go back to work, I guess. I'm looking forward to that. It'll be work. It'll be better than doing this. We'll get back to splitting. But if you like my videos, then go ahead and give me that thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification icon. And that way you know when I put out new videos. Right now, most of the time I'm posting late on Friday afternoon, so keep an eye out. Like always, I really appreciate you watching, and thanks.